Cancer, this is your November forecast for Sun, Moon and Rising. If you would like a private reading with me or hypnosis to facilitate permanent change, and the vouchers are up for Christmas, New Year or birthdays, do use the link below and check out my Bali holiday meeting weigh-in from Eat, Pray, Love, and also the blog that goes with that. Links are below. So this month, Cancer, it looks like you are putting money into what your future looks like. So whether this be retirement, whether this mean you've purchased something and you're going to be making repayments, whether this be your career, you're starting on a new project, a new job, a new promotion, what you're doing now is going to leave, it's going to lead on to more next couple of months, even up to next year, because the same degrees that are happening through November will be exact again next November. So this could be something that you're starting now, and this is going to grow. This is a major arcana card though, and this is about being relaxed about how things are going, relaxed about your finances, and actually implementing things that will pay off in the future. Now for some of you, you are launching. Now if you are launching something, do be careful. This is Mercury retrograde right through to December the 9th, and so during this time there are going to be miscommunication, there are going to be things that are lost, there is going to be fine details in any sort of contracts or agreements that may not actually happen, or that there is going to be some changes there. You won't know the final details till December the 9th. So do be careful where you're distributing your funds this month. Lastly, if you rely on money for your children, this is a major arcana card. So if this is about divorce and child settlement, even alimony, anything like that, you'll find that you do get a lump sum that comes out in installments. Now at home you do have the King of Swords, so there can be a reconciliation between family members or flatmates this month. Now this is specifically with a Gemini, Aquarius or a Libra. Now you will get two messages, but I will say, even though this is a positive card, I do feel like there can be some two-faced business here. There can be say one thing and do the other, or they've said something and then you find out with the second message that there's some changes there. And lastly, there's reconciliation. You hear one part and then you hear more information the second time. Now, this is also about security. So if we're looking at our home, what makes us safe, whether this be our finances, whether this be my future. So I'm staying in the place that I am right now with my flatmates or my family members, or even on my own. But I'm looking at the future and how I'm going to protect myself with that. Is this long term? Is this interim? Am I going to buy a house? Am I going to, if we've bought a house or if we're selling a house, we've got the money here. So we're looking at something here, and this is something that we have dealt with before, and we're looking at this now. If we are talking again with a career, we can, in our finances, we can be planning on plan A, plan B, working on the fine details. This is like a draft thing that's going on. If you can delay till after the 9th. So back to the family things going here. If this is a reconciliation in the home, then this is fresh air breathed into that which you thought was dead and gone, dead in the water. With our health, we do have the Queen of Wands. So for some of you, this is money going into our seeds. This is children. This is babies. This is fertility. But this is also about our longevity. This is a queen. She's experienced. She is older. So, with our health, what seeds we are laying. Maybe this is elective surgery. Maybe this is our teeth. Maybe this is Botox. Maybe this is starting a new regime, or getting back on the regime that will give us longevity in our life. There is a black cat here. So if this is anything to do with something that's inherited, or anything to do with inflammation, or swelling, or anything to do with that, there is going to be great outcomes to do with this. And again, this is something that's been happening for a while, and this month we are looking at that. Now in terms of our love, there is a pause here. So if I'm going to put this together with our relationship, there can be a reconciliation after a time of thinking or separation, or a final settlement, like we said with the finances. For a small select few of you, this is an engagement, but but there has to be a signing of like a prenuptial or sorting out the finances before we say yes, and there's a think about this before the future. This conversation has been here before. Again, we've got Mercury retrograde here, so this is something we're looking for our future, and we're going over those details again. Those of us in a committed relationship, again, we're looking at how we are going to protect ourselves. We're looking about practical, tangible ways and steps forward into our future. So if this is a long-term commitment, look, we're looking at our future. Do we stay together? Do we not? If we are going to stay together, what does our retirement look like? What does our future look like? How do we move forward? What is the direction of this relationship and where it's going to go? Again, like I said, if this is new love or a short space period when it comes to love, you're really going to stop and think about that and protect yourself. Drawing virtue messages from the angels is this month, Cancer, you're to go out and have some fun. You're to socialize. You're to spend more time with your children. That's where your focus is going to be. And any kind of projects that can excite you and something that you can sink your teeth in. Just really having fun this month. And this could be something you've tried before or thought about before that you're really going to get yourself into this month. You're also looking at your commitment. That is where Saturn and the South Node is being laid. And when Saturn is there, he's asking you to have a no-nonsense approach. He's asking you to be practical, to be detached. He's asking you to follow the rules and to make conditions for the fulfillment of your desires to do with your commitment, work or love. This is also about being able to release yourself and to move on, whether this be a commitment to our career. Maybe you've decided you don't want to do that before anymore, and so this month you're looking at, okay, it's okay to walk away from this because it's my future and I really want to put energy into what is the long term, what's going to protect me until my retirement. And lastly, this is about our 7-year karma and how we have learnt the lessons to do with that, because this is something that you, whatever is around that commitment issues, all this long term in either way, you're looking at that and you're saying, okay, well, something here is toxic, something here isn't working, something here needs to be addressed and released. You do have the caution card here, and this is in the areas of biding your time. Like if this is about your finances, even if this is with this relationship, this family member, this flatmate, and even in your love, this card is saying, look, you need to look deeper into the situation. Don't take everything on face value, because you might kick yourself later, whether this be waiting a couple more days and getting more abundance, or whether this be, look, just tender steps here, tentatively going into something, but, holding back a little bit, because I don't want to be burnt again. I really have got to make sure that I am protected. Serafina, again, we're talking about babies. There's a new addition here, so whether this be a child, babies, children moving back home, whether this be grandbabies, whether this be even a pet. There's something new being born into this family. Seeds have now been laid. And so we've got pregnancy, and pregnancy here. So, children are here. And don't forget, Cancer, you're part of all the eclipses. There's another one in December on the 26th. It's a new moon eclipse. So right up until 2021, you're going to have some major changes in your life. So, again, there's a major change here. Again, also, if this is, like I said about before, about saving up for a house, we're starting that cycle now, how we can save money, looking online at houses, all those different things as well. Athena says, during this process, you have to trust yourself. You have to trial and error, and you have to believe in yourself and boundaries, and making sure that you put yourself first. Aurora says, look, there can be some competition here. There can be maybe someone's not entirely happy with your progress. Maybe people aren't happy that you're happy. Maybe people aren't happy because you have some things that they don't have. And this can stir issues with the family and flatmates, or even with our co-workers. But this is just jealousy. This is someone wants to bring you down. Even if your life is not perfect, but you're just loving life right now. Things could be better, but right now you're quite content. And somebody else just wants to pop that balloon, and they just want to bring you down because they can't stand it. So be kind to you and those you love, and from Jedi Side Jake, may the Force be with you.